Okay. Hey guys. Thanks for coming on and joining us. I'm going to be steering kind of off to the side a little bit. I wrote some notes, so I don't want to get too sidetracked. So just if you see me like glancing to the side, I'm just like trying to kind of read off my notes a little bit. So anyways, thanks for joining us to come learn about how gut health affects your overall health and how it can elevate your wellness. My name is Rochelle, and I'm a Ruby ambassador with Plexus, and I'm also a certified PA with training and experience in functional medicine. Being a Ruby just means that I've been able to help over 100 people start their wellness journey with Plexus. So I want to respect your time tonight, so we're just going to jump in. Hippocrates, he is considered the father of medicine. He once said that all disease begins in the gut, and I have to believe that he's right. Our gut is the highway to the rest of our body. So if you think about it, our nutrients get in through our gut. The way we eat, everything has to flow through our gut in order to get to our cells and to nourish the rest of our body. So what does all that mean? It just means that what's in our gut plays a role. And so we have a microbiome, which is just bacteria. It's a fancy name for lots of different bacteria in our gut lining. And it plays a role in what we're able to absorb and not absorb. And so if we don't have the correct balance of bacteria in our gut, or we're overrun by some of the bad bacteria, we can't absorb the right things. So I want you to think about this. A second. Hold on. Let me see. Gotta pull up. Sorry, was not. Okay, so allergy pills. So when we're thinking about different things, I want you guys to think about this. Allergy pills don't eliminate the source of allergies. Avoiding gluten doesn't heal a gluten intolerance. Applying lotion to eczema does not address why you're getting it in the first place. Taking a sleeping pill doesn't rid you of insomnia. Taking ibuprofen for chronic pain and inflammation doesn't address why you're hurting in the first place. Drinking coffee doesn't fix your chronic fatigue. And so, but what can, right? So that's what I kind of want to dig into tonight. So there's all these different things that we can feel and we can experience. But if we just kind of go with what modern medicine, our conventional Western medicine looks like, it's a lot of hearing your symptom. And this is how we're trained. We hear your symptom and we immediately start thinking about what medication can we put you on. And that's just how we're trained. And it's really unfortunate because we kind of just stop listening to your story. And so we like hear a symptom, okay, this medication. And that's where we go. But these medications don't actually get to the root cause of the problem. Like I just talked about, those allergy pills don't actually get to the reason why you're having an allergic reaction, why you're feeling the way you are when you have allergies, whether it's food allergies or seasonal allergies, it doesn't matter. It can, putting a pill, a prescription medication, pharmaceutical doesn't really address the issue. So they give you these medications, and oftentimes it's in a place where you're given a medication and it makes you feel better almost immediately in some aspects. In some it doesn't. In some it helps you feel better for a little bit, and then you're like, man, this has come back. So you go back and they put you on a higher medication, and or they have to give you something else because it's revealed another symptom. Actually it's just affecting you and causing more things to be wrong because they never addressed the real thing. So one of my favorite analogies is the way conventional medicine works is the faucet is turned on, the drain is plugged, and everything's falling out of the sink. It's just flowing onto the floor. You have this waterfall. And conventional medicine, what we come in and we do is we take that mop and we just start mopping up the floor. And we just don't even think about why do we have stuff on the floor to begin with. And so that's a little bit of the difference with a functional medicine training. And they're really looking at why is this happening? What is going on? What's the root of all of this here? Let's go upstream, stop it, turn that water faucet off, and then clean up the water, right? Then take steps to clean up the water. Or maybe you can, as you're turning it off, you can start cleaning up the water, pulling the drain. You've got other things you can do. But if we just continue to mop things up, it's really not doing you any good because the water is still piling over the sink. So in my functional medicine training, where we're learning about roots of disease and where do things typically stem from? So typically it's like one of three things, or maybe all three, maybe one or two. But typically the three things that you're going to look for is a blood sugar imbalance, inflammation, and gut health, good, strong gut microbiome. So when I was doing my functional medicine training, I was already using Plexus products, and learning this just solidified that I had made the right choice in a really good company that was onto something. And so it just like made me realize that these products are where I'm going to stay. Like I will not leave. Products are amazing and good quality. So I am going to break down some of how Plexus addresses those three things and share with you some of our products. So the first I'm going to share with you is one of our core products. Hopefully you all can see this. This is Slim. So there's two different sizes here. They're a little bit different formulated. So they have different fibers in them or different prebiotics. The longer stick has more fiber, helps keep you full longer. Great for people with autoimmune diseases, great for people looking to lose weight, especially if you drink the Slim. These are drink packages. You just put them in water and mix them up. Mix it up, drink a half hour before you eat. Helps you feel full, probably won't eat as much. The smaller stick has a different probiotic, and prebiotic. It feeds the probiotic. And so they're just a little bit different. I always tell people it's more important to drink the Slim than it is to worry about the timing. Even if you're like wanting to lose weight, that was never my goal when I started Plexus. My goal with Plexus was to gain memory back. I had always prided myself in having a really good memory. I got to PA school and I couldn't remember squat as far as like what I was studying. I would study for hours on end, and I couldn't remember. I just would be so frustrated. And the other thing I was really needing help with was brain fog. Like it just kind of going along with memory, just kind of sitting in this fog all day. When I started the products, I realized that I was more fatigued than I thought I was. I was more perky in class. I could actually listen and pay attention, and I was soaking things in. I was studying less at night after I started. I was noticing these things already between like 2 and 3 weeks. It was amazing. So a little bit more about Slim though. So both of them have a prebiotic. They both have chromium. So chromium is the main ingredient that focuses on your blood sugar balance. And something to really find fascinating with Slim is it's patented. It's Plexus's only product right now that's patented. But it was also formulated by an endocrinologist, which is someone who focuses on blood sugar balance and works with a lot of diabetes patients. And so he created it to help his diabetic patients. And that was the primary focus at first. And then they found out that this drink had so many more benefits outside of just helping diabetic patients. But the reality is most people are struggling with a blood sugar imbalance of some sort, and they just don't even realize it. Um, so just think, like, if you're having hormone issues, like if your cycles aren't regular, or you have really painful menstrual cycles, that can actually be due to a blood sugar imbalance. The other ingredient in there is ALA, or alpha lipoic acid. And that product is that ingredient is great at helping reduce inflammation. So really, really cool product. The next one I want to share with you is Probio 5. So Probio 5 is one of our probiotics. We actually have two. I'm only going to share about Probio 5 tonight, but Probio 5 has 5 different strains of good bacteria in there. And something that sets it apart from other probiotics on the market is that it has some specifically chosen enzymes. And one of them is an enzyme that helps break down the biofilm on yeast. Candida is what it's really called, but it helps break down this biofilm, and this biofilm is toxic, and candida is toxic. We have candida in our bodies because it's there to break us down when we die. Sounds morbid, but it's just what it is. But our American diet, which is highly processed foods and lots of sugar, actually feed this candida, and it grows and grows and eats that. And so if you're someone who is like, man, I have the sugar craving and I can't control it, it might not actually be you or your willpower. It's probably more so that this candida in your gut is actually just telling you, sending, there's a gut-brain axis, and it's probably sending signals to your brain saying, I need sugar, you need to feed me sugar. And so then you're like reaching for that. So this candida can also poke holes in your intestine, which can lead to autoimmune diseases. It can lead to allergies. It just wreaks havoc on your system, because when it punches holes in your intestine, big molecules that are not broken down, so food that isn't broken down yet to where it should be in order to provide the nutrients for your cells, get into our bloodstream. And then that's when your body starts attacking it, and autoimmune is created, or a food allergy or sensitivity, because it's not supposed to be there. Your body's actually doing what it's supposed to do. And it's supposed to be attacking these things because they don't belong in your bloodstream. So anyways, Probio 5 helps seed your gut with good bacteria. It also helps to decrease those sugar cravings, so many different things. Such a good product. BioCleanse is the third product I want to chat about. BioCleanse is primarily magnesium. Don't let the name scare you. It's a gentle cleanse. It's formulated. It has an oxygenated magnesium so that it gently flushes out the toxins. While it can energize you, because magnesium is used in your energy cycle to create energy in your body. Most people, the thought is about around 70% of people are actually deficient in magnesium. A blood test that you get at your doctor is not going to tell you that. It'll probably tell you that you are good to go, but they don't actually test the right magnesium, so it's not an accurate test. So BioCleanse is very gentle, helps oxygenate your blood, helps get magnesium to those cells, helps gently push out the toxins that are in your intestinal tract. So another really solid product. The next product I want to share with you, because this is super important in feeling your best and just getting the most out of like nutrients. So Lauren, I know you're the only one on here currently, but you can type in the chat, do you take a multivitamin? So I'm going to share about our multivitamin. So it's called X Factor Plus. So something I have found really, really interesting is that X Factor Plus is fully methylated, which means that people with the MTHFR gene, which about 50% of people have, can absorb the nutrients that you get from the capsule. And it also has aloe in it, and aloe helps to heal the gut, decrease inflammation, and it also helps with the absorption of the nutrients, making Plexus's multivitamin better than anything on the market that I'm aware of, because of the way it's designed, helping you get the nutrients that you're actually taking in. Because even if your gut is not healthy at the time you start taking it, the way it's formulated actually helps you absorb. So that's one of the reasons I like it. It's bioavailable, has antioxidant properties in it. A really, really good product to have and use. I can tell a difference when I take my, like, this vitamin. I was taking other cheap vitamins before Plexus, and I can tell a difference. The next product I want to share with you is called Ease, because we're talking about one of the big things that is a root cause is inflammation. Ease addresses inflammation. And so Ease is probably one of my favorites. I did not start with Ease. When I started with the Slim, Probio 5, and BioCleanse, and I have slowly added other products to support my body well. And so Ease would be like probably like my fourth or fifth, just like I'm talking through it now. But it addresses inflammation. It has turmeric. It has greenlit mussels. So if you have a shellfish allergy, it's not recommended that you take it. You could take our Mega X, which also addresses inflammation. It's just not quite as potent. But Ease is a really great product, one of my favorites. I have lost so much inflammation in my face. I've lost so much inflammation in my fingers. I've gotten to decrease my ring size, like a whole size, which is really interesting and fun. It was literally to the point where it was like falling off. I'd be like throwing my hands and talking with my hands. I'm like, oh, there goes my ring. So really awesome when you start taking out inflammation. My weight has not actually changed, but I have lost what looks like inches and weight in my face, and even in like my midsection, some too. Okay, I'll move on. I just love Ease, so I could probably sit there for a long time. But the last product I want to share with you tonight is called Active. And Lauren, I don't know if you're a mom, I don't know your story, but Active is one of my faves. So if you are lacking energy, Active is your best friend. I love that it's formulated with a clean caffeine. It also has a certain blend in there that helps open up your vasculature so that your blood can flow more freely, giving you a more clear mind, giving you like more clarity. It's amazing, and it doesn't give you a crash. So Active is one of my faves. I say that everything's my favorite. I'm sorry. They're just really amazing products. But pair it with that triplex and you're gonna watch your energy soar. Like, I already had more energy when I started the triplex, and then I added Active, and I can be like, woo. And especially if my kids are like in a good mood now. When I started, I didn't have kids. But now if I'm like had a rough night of sleep, add that Active, I am good to go for most of the day. No extra jitters, no crashes. So that's a really nice part about Active. And I don't know, for me, I had a caffeine sensitivity. Like, I would go get coffees because Active wasn't actually a product when I first started. And so I would go get coffees to like try and keep myself awake in school. And I would feel miserable after I drank a coffee. So I can tolerate coffees better now. I don't drink them all the time, but I can tolerate them and they don't make me like run to the bathroom by any means. So that's really nice. Okay, so that's the products I'm going to share with you tonight. I'd love for you to put in chat what product has stuck out to you, what makes you most excited. Go ahead and put that in chat. And then before I close out, and I'm shut off the recording and allow for questions, but I just really would not be a good friend if I didn't mention the other part of Plexus that is amazing. So Plexus helps with health issues, but Plexus can also help people with their finances. And that is where I have found myself. I've found myself in both realms. So like I mentioned earlier, I was in PA school when I started the products. I needed them. I knew that my health was important. I knew that if I didn't focus on my health, I would end up paying more for my health in time and money later down the road if I didn't put things into place now. But with being in school, I paid for my products with my loan money to start. And I knew that that wasn't going to be sustainable. And so I needed an option that would at least get me to a point where my products were paid for. So my friend shared with me that I could share with other people, just like she had shared with me, and it would help me get my products paid for. I said, okay, shared with my mom, shared with a couple other friends, had my products paid for, but I was falling in love with the process of sharing with people, building my own testimony. I didn't really have my own testimony when I started. And then also hearing other people's testimonies as they got started. One of my favorites recently, I just had a gal call me. We spent an hour on the phone, and she has what's called trigger finger. So it's inflammation, really hard time like bending her finger and straightening it out. It just causes a lot of pain when she does that. And she called me and she told me, Rochelle, thank you so much for recommending Ease. That product is a life changer. My doctor had me on 4 ibuprofen in the morning and 4 ibuprofen at night, and it wasn't touching the pain. And she goes, I only take 2 E's. And she goes, I would say that I am 90% better than I was. And I was like, whoa, that's incredible. So stories like that are just amazing to hear. So from that, or people having a pregnancy before Plexus to a person that's pregnancy on Plexus, they say that it's night and day difference. So there's so many cool stories. So with that being said, I just wanted to share that there's a financial opportunity to share with people this month. When you share, there's some different things that you can earn. So right now we just started what's called a contest period. And this contest is to earn a trip. The trip is to the Bahamas. So from September 1st to December 31st, we're working to share with people. And in the process, we can earn ourselves a trip to the Bahamas and Key West for 2 people. And it's even available for the newest people. I would say it's almost actually easier for the newest people to earn because the lower ranks are closer together. So there's not as many, and you get points for hitting new ranks. So that, and then the other thing is while you're working to earn that cruise, this month you could earn $1,000 or more is possible, depending on how many people you share with. And then we also have the ability to earn a skylight calendar. So I don't know if you know anything about skylight calendar, but you can sync your different calendars with it. You can put to-do lists on it. You can put grocery lists. You can kind of customize it. It sounds like, it sounds really cool. So you have the opportunity to earn that too. So I will end there, and I'll shut this recording off here.